Before we get rolling, a quick reminder, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and tap that like buttons if you're having a good time. And trust me, your support uh, keeps my movie marathons justified. Have you ever watched a film so striking that it barges right into your all-time top five and starts rearranging the furniture? That's exactly what happened to me. Uh, my list has been bulletproof since high school. Unchangeable favorites like Apocalypse Now, Taxi Driver, Big Trouble in Little China, which I've nearly memorized by now. Total Recall and adaptation have stood um, strong for years because, um, but now there's a new contender. Ryan Coogler's Sinners didn't just knock at the door; it kicked it open, and I've been thinking about this movie nonstop to the point where I might have to shuffle around adaptation or Total Recall just to make room. And for me, that's saying something. Something about Sinners draws me in from every direction. Uh, I'm a sucker for a good soundtrack. I have a soft spot for stories with layered history, uh, even the painful bits. And I'll watch anything with Michael B. Jordan or Haley Steinfeld. Uh, uh, this film has them all, and it blends genres so seamlessly that trying to pin it down is like trying to catch smoke. Watching it with my partner became more intense than I expected. About a quarter in, she shot me a look usually reserved for laundry on the floor, not because it was scary, but because it was infuriating in the best story driven way. It's one of those movies that grabs your emotions and refuses to let go. Um, there's just something about the way Sinners combines music, atmosphere, and story without missing a beat. Even my cherished favorites have a flaw or two, but Sinners might be the exception. The more I thought about it, the more I realized I wouldn't change a thing. And music in this film isn't just background noise, it's a character in its own right. Uh, and since becoming a parent, late night movies with the sound low or even muted have become the norm, which is odd for a film buff. Usually that's not a big deal. Sound enhancements are nice, but rarely essential. Uh, Here, uh, total opposite. The blues, with its deep ties to Black culture, uh, anchors the whole experience. Syndom, and it's impossible to separate the soundtrack from the story. Take out the music, and the plot loses its heartbeat. And then there are the vampires. Um, Normally, vampires are about as fresh as garlic bread at a bad Italian place. But these bloodsuckers, um, their different, um, their complexity caught me off guard. Um, and the movie uses them as a lens uh, for themes like belonging and identity. And if they, instead of lurking as evil figures, they're layered, even relatable. Watching them in 1932 Mississippi wrestling with enemies more sinister than themselves adds a smart twist to the narrative. Uh, I'll say it. I've never felt more connected to a theater full of strangers than during Sinners. Sure, the vampires are scary and flawed, but when the real villains got what was coming, you could feel the entire room exhale together. Uh, Everyone was nodding to the music, unified by the movie's pull. So now Sinners lives among my favorite films, and not just because I needed somewhere to put all my feelings. And honestly, for a movie about creatures who don't sleep, Sinners definitely knows how to keep an audience up all night. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.